feet from where the sea meets the shoreline, independent police observer Harvey Freebird meets an army of officers.
Got one arrested. Look at this.
And a man being hauled out of the Galveston Beach hotel in only his boxers.
He's going to jail in his boxers. He's gonna freeze his off.
The video taken Friday night. At the same time and place, police arrested 27-year-old Graham Dunn. It's here in an upper-level room.
Today we're going to talk about a story that is just, well, it's both terrifying and a powerful example of what can happen when everyone, and I mean everyone, even a loyal dog, does the right thing. So let's dive into this incredible rescue in Galveston. So let's set the scene. We're in Galveston, Texas. It's a Friday evening, totally normal, totally routine. But what started out as just a simple, everyday chore was about to become every parent's absolute worst nightmare. You know, it's a simple question, right? But it is so chilling because it cuts right to the heart of this entire story. For one family, the answer to that question was instant and terrifying. Something was very, very wrong. Yeah, think about that. The first alarm bell wasn't a missed text. It wasn't a late curfew. It was the family dog showing up at the front door, all alone, after being taken for a walk by their 12-year-old daughter. That one silent moment is what kicked off this whole desperate search. And thankfully, they trusted their gut. They knew their pet, they knew this was wrong, and they didn't waste a single second. That immediate call to the police was absolutely the most crucial first step, and it started a clock that was ticking terrifyingly fast. And believe me, it was a race. From the moment that girl was taken to the moment police smashed through a hotel room door, only about 3 hours had passed. Just 3 hours. So how on earth did investigators close in so quickly? Okay, look at this timeline. It's just incredible how fast everything moved. After the family's call, the game-changing breakthrough came from a piece of tech that pretty much all of us have in our pockets, a ping from the girl's cell phone. It led them straight to the Galveston Beach Hotel, a perfect, stark example of how vital this technology can be. So once they had that precise location, that was it. There was no hesitation. A huge number of officers swarmed the hotel and they zeroed in on one single room, room 221. They forced their way inside and what they found, well, it confirmed their absolute worst fears. And inside, they found the girl. And amazingly, she was able to tell police what happened right away. She told them she didn't know this man, that he'd forced her into his car, given her pills that made her feel woozy, and had assaulted her, and even recorded the crime on his phone. Her rescue in the absolute nick of time was nothing short of a miracle. The details of that rescue are just harrowing to think about, and it's a moment to remember the profound human cost. If you want to hear more true crime stories told with care, context, and respect for the lives at the center of them, subscribe to True Crime and Secret Village. These stories matter, not because of how they end, but because of who they leave behind. Okay, so the girl is safe. Thank God. Now the focus completely shifts to the man they arrested in that hotel room, 27-year-old Graham Dunn. The story now moves from that frantic search to the cold, hard reality of the justice system. And they did not waste any time. The very next day, in magistrate's court, the judge made the severity of this crime crystal clear. Bond for Dunn was set at a staggering $500,000, a huge number, signaling just how seriously they were taking this. But this is where the story gets even more disturbing, if you can believe it. As investigators started digging into Graham Dunn's background, they quickly discovered that this alleged kidnapping was not his first run-in with the law, not by a long shot. It turns out, Dunn had a very active and deeply alarming criminal record in a whole other state. He was already facing multiple accusations from at least 3 different women back in North Carolina before he even came to Texas. I mean, just look at this list. The sheer volume and the nature of these charges, it's just staggering. Sexual battery, peeping, false imprisonment, family violence. It paints a picture of a really disturbing pattern. And it raises a huge question, right? How is someone with this history out on bond and able to just travel across state lines? And what's just unbelievable is that during his bond hearing, Dunn actually tried to downplay all of this. He spoke directly to the judge and tried to minimize his record, saying all his charges were misdemeanor charges. I've never had a felony charge on my record. But the judge was not having any of it. The response was immediate, sharp, and just ice cold. Well, now you got one, and it's a serious one. And that serious one is aggravated kidnapping, which is a first-degree felony. And given all the evidence and the victim's testimony, especially about him recording the assault, police made it very clear that more charges could be on the way. You know, when you look at this whole case, it's this incredible story about a family's intuition, a dog's unwavering loyalty, and law enforcement's lightning-fast response. But it's also a really sobering look at a justice system that can sometimes fail to connect the dots. If you want to hear more true crime stories told with care, context, and respect for the lives at the center of them, subscribe to True Crime in Secret Village. These stories matter, not because of how they end, but because of who they leave behind.